minutes later for that whole stairwell to be empty.
So I said to Sergeant Mendeleri, he says, go over the, says, ask him, how bad is the collapse? And Kenny goes, the whole building is down to the ground.
I was trying to get Team 1, which was on the 31st floor, down to Sergeant Curtin's team.
We got down to about the 12th floor, picked up some equipment we left on the 12th floor, and right around the 12th or 14th floor is where we picked up a civilian, Josephine.
Lieutenant Murphy sustained severe injury to his hand, where a piece of debris had fallen off the building as he was talking onto the radio, nearly severing his hand. He was injured. He was still able to group his team and lead him out.
We were able to make it to the ground floor, and once we got to the ground floor, the building started to let go. At that point, it was just a run for your life scenario.
Our Sergeant Curtin's team didn't make it out. Sergeant Curtin was out, but then he went back in to get the rest of his team. It was at this point that North Tower collapsed.
And we heard this tremendous rumble again. And the only way I can describe it would be like laying between railroad tracks and having a freight train come at you full force.
It threw me down into the half landing against the wall, and I was actually kind of pinned in a standing position against the wall.
I dove for the floor, but the floor met the wall, face down, and you could hear everything breaking, the glass breaking, the ceiling coming down, the walls crashing.
I started to try to run, but you couldn't run because of the rubble, so I was just getting away from the North Tower and from this terrible sound that I heard behind me and the gray dust that was coming again.
Josephine ended up, I would find her after the collapse stopped, I would find her covered in debris. There was debris across my legs. I was pinned against the wall. Then she was actually at my feet, and she would later tell me that she was actually holding onto my boot.
As I was laying on the floor and all these noises around us, I could feel debris starting to pile up on my back. And I said to myself, I guess this is it. I said goodbye to my wife and my kids.
And I'm firmly convinced that it was an act of God, because I got knocked off my feet to the ground. I remember laying there on my stomach. I put my hands over my head, and I said a prayer. And I said to God, please protect my family. And if you're going to take me, make this quick, because I don't want to suffer.
We uncovered the debris off of her, and she kind of like rose out of the dust. And we figured out that I was okay, she was okay, and we started calling other people, and everybody in my company was alive.
My first thought was, I'm not going to make it. My second thought was 6 truck is behind me. They're not going to,